Hello, happy Tuesday. I'm really starting to enjoy hanging out on Tuesday, guys. So I took you outside tonight because it's beautiful and I'm really excited about having some cooler weather. It does make me a bit anxious for fall though, I'm not gonna lie. So we are going to cover some top 10 items tonight. I broke it down into top 5 oils outside the kit and then top 5 items outside the kit. So just going to go over those briefly. If you guys are ever looking for something to add to an Essential Rewards order, or if you're looking to expand your oil cabinet or some items to ditch and switch, these are going to be my top 5. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the class that I finished up this weekend on my favorite ditch and switch items, things that we toss to get better and cleaner items for. I should have a document for all of that posted if you haven't seen it. And as always, all of these are recorded and posted on my YouTube page, and you can catch up there. So I'm pretty pumped to just hang out with you guys. So my children are asleep. So that's exciting. My son still hasn't slept for like another month or so. Trying a new set of oil concoctions tonight on him. Just to like talk about that briefly. Everyone's bodies are different. I know that is not a new concept to you guys, but it also applies to oils. For example, my friend Nina loves orange in her diffuser at night. Orange is one of those that some people are really relaxed to. They'll add it to their lavender. I'm the opposite. Orange wakes me up. So I love peace and calming for during the day. And I think it is super relaxing and it's fantastic. But it's got a lot of oranges and citruses, which I love. But it helps me be alert. It does not help me calm down from like a standpoint of sleeping. But for some people it does. And so if there's an oil that you're really looking to try and use for sleep or for something like that and it doesn't work initially after being consistent with it for a week or two, try something else because maybe your body doesn't react that way with that one. So that's why I'm trying a different set of oils with my son tonight. So we've tried for a couple weeks with some different ones to see if that works, and now we're gonna try something else and see if that works. So anyways, I was thinking about that, so I wanted to share it. So I have a little setup here. I love this cute little cake plate. It's the jam. These fun little items we're going to discuss. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time on each of them, but I just wanted to share with you guys. Let's start with oils. Okay, so grapefruit oil. This comes in a Vitality bottle, which is the white label oils. I get in the larger size because I consume a lot of it. So the Vitality grapefruit oil is fantastic for water. It is my favorite thing. Actually, let's just put a drop in. It's my favorite thing to have in water. It is good. Sometimes I do one, sometimes I do two. It is great for helping flush your system. All of the citrus oils are really great for helping flush things out of your system, detoxing it. But grapefruit specifically is fantastic for helping kick sugar habits. So a lot of people use this one when they're trying to get Coke out of their system, or drink pop. I don't know what people call it. I call it Coke. Some people call it pop, soda, all that. If you're trying to make better conscientious drinking decisions, grapefruit is a fantastic one. So it really helps with sugar cravings. It also is a really happy oil. This one and the other one. Oh, I didn't include that one. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. That's why. Bergamot is my other one. They have the same color, so I grabbed the wrong one. Grapefruit is good uplifting. All your citrus oils are going to be super fun, refreshing, bright, cheery oils. Fantastic to diffuse. So grapefruit, I diffuse a ton. I just add it to a lot of my other oils. Add it to tree oils, and I feel like it helps brighten kind of anything. So also, all the citrus oils are like one of the cheaper ones to get. So that's what I got hooked on first, because when I first got my Young Living order, I went through and got like every citrus oil that they offered because I wanted to try them all. And I could get like 5 oils or 6 oils in the Vitality smaller bottles and try a ton on one ER order. So I did that initially and was so excited. So I got like lemon, jade lemon, lime, citrus fresh once I ran out of the initial one, grapefruit. There's so many great, I'm going to do a whole series on Vitality oils sometime soon, but grapefruit has been my staple for sure. So there's that one. Bergamot is another, I didn't know what it was when I first got it. It's a citrus oil. Did not know bergamot was a citrus oil. So it's also a happy oil. It smells like Earl Grey tea. Kid you not, it smells like Earl Grey tea. So I love diffusing it. Bergamot with grapefruit. That is my jam. I sometimes add ylang to it. That's my birthday blend. If you want to know the secret that I send out for people that sign up under me on their birthday, I send them a birthday roller. And so it's, again, really cheery, but it also has like that moodiness to it from the Earl Grey tea. And so I really like diffusing that one as well. But it's a happy-go-lucky, cheerful, support your happy mood kind of oil. It's a little bit more than like the normal citrusy oils. I think it runs for the large bottle like 20 something, but all the rest of the citrus oils are normally for like even the small ones. Lime I think is $5.75. The citrus fresh I think is about the same. Lemon might be like 7 or 8, but really inexpensive for really high quality. And all the citrus oils are made from the outside rind of the oil instead of the acidic center, so you're not having that acidity issue. So bergamot, grapefruit. Joy, I know I've talked about this one a lot in the last couple weeks. It was my first emotional oil that I actually felt a difference using on my body when I was postpartum with my second child. And it's very shocking to me that this even made my highlight list because this is a florally oil. But don't knock oils that you don't initially love the smell of, because a lot of times you don't love the smell of things that your body needs. I don't know if you've heard that before, but a lot of times when you smell something that's really off-putting, sometimes it's exactly what your body needs and it's trying to reject that. And so Joy is one of those oils that I just was like, I don't love it. And then one day it hit me and I loved it. And really sweet thing that happened 2 nights ago, I have a smaller version that Young Living had sent for like a promo or something, and I pop a roller top on it. So I normally put Joy right over my heart when I wear it. And I had put it on, what's today, Tuesday, maybe Sunday morning. I had put it on when I woke up that morning. It's one of those that it was part of the Great Day Protocol. If you've heard anything about that, we can talk about that another time too. But a set of oils that you can use in the morning to kind of jumpstart your day. So I put Joy on that morning, and it is high in what we call sesquiterpenes, which means that essentially it stays around a long time. It has a very lingering effect. And so Joy has bergamot, shocking, I know, ylang, geranium, lemon, tangerine, jasmine, palmarosa, Roman chamomile, and rose. Several of those oils are very long-lasting oils. So I put it on that morning while I was in my PJs, and I got back into bed that night, and I was going to sleep, and I was like, oh, it smells so good. And I was like, oh, it's me, because it had gotten on my pajamas that morning. And then when I took them off and then put them back on that night, it was still on my clothing, and it smelled so delicious. And I fell asleep smelling Joy. And I did feel really happy going to sleep. So Joy, I really love this one. And if you don't love florally oils, just give it time. And in that same vein, you've heard me talk a lot recently about release oil as well. It's another one of those emotional oils that I've had. It's not as florally as Joy for sure, but I love diffusing this one in lavender at night to kind of help my emotions as I'm sleeping. I also love to diffuse it during the day, but lavender and release at night I really enjoy. I love just kind of taking a moment to stop and breathe with this oil, doing scent tints with this one when I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed or not really knowing what to do. The top oils in this one, we've got ylang, lavender, geranium, royal Hawaiian sandalwood, grapefruit, tangerine. Are you seeing a theme? I really like citrusy oils. Blue cypress, Davana, kaffir lime. Davana, also, it's in here. Davana is one of those oils that they recommend for perfumes because depending on the skin tone that you put it on, it smells completely differently. So release might smell differently on me than it would on you, but either way, it smells amazing. I'm loving it. So this one has been really helpful, especially during quarantine time. Cedarwood, the MVP. This is the first oil that my husband was like, I love up that oil. What is that? It does smell like cedar shavings, so a little bit like a hamster cage, but you get past it when you start using it consistently and notice the sleep benefits. It helps release melatonin in your mind, and so it's not really a sleep oil so much as it helps your mind to slow down at night. And so this is one of those that's also really cheap. I think it's $11. It's a really inexpensive one, and we put it in our diffuser pretty much every single night. But the way that it made my husband a believer is that when we were getting ready for our second kid, our first kid decided to stop sleeping and we would put it in a diffuser at night, and the nights that we had cedarwood diffusing, we were able to go back to sleep after we got him back settled in bed. And the nights that we weren't diffusing, we would get back in bed and just be like either wired or awake or not able to fall back asleep. But I noticed a huge difference when we diffuse cedarwood and the kids are up in the middle of the night, that we're able to fall back to sleep quickly. So that's my five jams oils. So Release, cedarwood, joy, bergamot, and grapefruit. So if you're looking for something new to try, I highly recommend those. There's really, man, it was so hard to pick my 5 for that. So I kind of wanted to lump like all the citrus oils into grapefruit, but you know. Okay, so let's hit a couple products that are my faves that I use regularly, and then we'll hop off. So the MVP for this, everybody knows, the Thieves Concentrate. It is the jam. So aside from it lasting like 6 months, because you only need one little bitty capful for a spray bottle worth, I will add it to some baking soda and some lemon oil to make a scrub for the sinks or for our tile. It's fantastic for that. I added this to a carpet cleaning machine that we rented and cleaned our carpets with it. There's so many uses, but really if you just ditched every single cleaning product that you have, this is all you need, legit all you need. In fact, somebody asked me this last week. They're like, hey, because there's different ratios you can do for like glass cleaning or for heavy grease surfaces. I use it all the same. I keep things simple around here. I don't have time to have multiple ratios going on. I don't have time to think about the ratios even. A capful to 16-ounce spray bottle, boom, done. I use it on everything. Glass, metal, refrigerators, floor, tile, wood, all of it. So most of you if you've been around Young Living for a while, you know this is the way to go. In that same vein, we have their fruit and veggie wash. There are so many studies, including Nina, who has done one with, I think she did hers with broccoli, about your produce lasting longer using Thieves Wash. And it's so amazing. So Science of Essentials is one of my favorite people to follow on Instagram. She also just did a study last week. She did 3 separate broccoli heads, and she put one and just rinsed it off in water. One she used the Thieves fruit and veggie wash on, and the third one she did just like vinegar and water. And she showed at the end what they looked like, and these were just pulled straight out of her garden. They weren't even like commercial from a grocery store. And the one that was washed with Thieves looked significantly greener and fresher than the others. It was fascinating. I'm like, how is that possible? She just picked it from her garden. But the importance of washing your food, especially if it's not from your own garden, is to make sure that you're getting all the waxy coatings. Even if it's organic, like just think about how many hands have handled your food to get it to the grocery store. Put it in the box, conveyor belt, all kinds of air and pollutants and stuff that got it to where it is, taken out of the box. Everybody that's picked it up and tested it and then put it back. Like, so many people have touched your produce. Wash it when you get home. So I had a huge old washing tub of it last night when I went to the grocery store, and then I put it all back in the fridge today, and it was fantastic. And I have the small one too. This is what I fill up my sink with and like dump everything. Like, I'm trying to think of all the things that grapes, oranges, apples, all that kind of stuff, peppers. But if for some reason I didn't wash something and I just need to do a quick one, like I pulled a thing of raspberries out that we're doing for lunch and I hadn't washed them yet, I'll do the spray for that and just spray them down and rinse them off. So I kind of have both. And sometimes I just refill this with that too, if I'm honest. But this is a lifesaver for your veggies, as well as getting clean. And a lot of people are like, oh, is my food gonna smell like Thieves or taste like Thieves after I do it, or taste like soap? It's not gonna do it. So you just do, again, it lasts so long. Just a capful for a gallon of water. Make sure everything is kind of submerged, and you leave it in there for about 5 minutes. Or like 30, 45 if you're me. If you like forgot that they're in there, you're like helping change a kid's diaper, and then you return and you're like, oh, they're still soaking. They're fine. Just rinse them off and just set them out and let them dry, and you're good to go. So wash your food, make it last longer. Thieves toothpaste, the whitening one that came out last year, hands down, it's the best. It's the bubbliest. It actually legit turns your teeth white. If you followed along my Ditch and Switch class last week, I talked a lot about the ingredients that you do not want to have in your toothpaste, including forms of saccharin, forms of sugar in your toothpaste. Craziness, right? Like completely counterproductive. But this one is fluoride free. You can do your own research as to why fluoride is not beneficial. Why I think fluoride is not beneficial. You can also look at the posts that I did on toothpaste to see what I linked to on that. This one is obviously made with Thieves as well as orange. Orange is great for whitening. And the Thieves, you're actually getting the benefit of the health support of the Thieves Vitality Oil in your mouth. And as we've talked about several times before, anything that is put into your mouth is going directly into your bloodstream. So I would like the power of Thieves going directly into my bloodstream. It's delicious. Yeah, Jacob loves it. I love it. There's no going back. This is what we do. The deodorant I also talked about last week. Valor is their new one. If you love Valor, then you will love their deodorant. Why wouldn't you? It's a stick. It's white. I don't think I've seen it on my clothing at all. It smells amazing. Obviously, who doesn't love Valor? And it works. So you should use clean deodorant. And also linked in my Ditch and Switch class last week was what you should check to make sure is not in your deodorant. Last 2 things. I think I did 6 products. So eyeliner. That's probably like the one thing I consistently wear. I know some people are like, mascara is my thing, or I always put powder on or something. Eyeliner for years and years has been my one go-to thing. And I love the Savvy Minerals one. It's a powder. And sorry. We have like random wildlife in our backyard all the time. And I heard something. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't like a skunk walking out or something. But yeah, so I tap a little bit into this and I get the, that's a squirrel above my head, sorry. And I get the brush that I got from Young Living too. It's an angled brush. And I get it wet and I stir it around in the lid and then I just apply it. I was really intimidated by using a brush because I'd always used either liquid eyeliner or a stick eyeliner and just drawn it on. So I was intimidated by the fact that it was a powder, but it's not hard. It just took a little bit getting used to. I didn't wave to you guys, but there's a wave. So I love their eyeliner. It's great. And then lastly, but not least, their rose ointment. This is underrated. People do not talk about the rose ointment enough. This has kind of become our version of Neosporin in our family. We use it a ton. It's great for really dry areas. Think in the fall on your like elbows, your knuckles, if you get really dry hands. My mom, actually, I took this home back in the winter and let her try it. My whole life, I've known her to have really dry skin and knuckles that would crack in the winter. And she used this and was like, I need this immediately. And she purchased it and loves it. It's yellow. It's really thick, but what a lot of people do, I'm almost out of mine. I need to get another one. What a lot of people do is when they get it, they get a knife or a fork and kind of whip it so that it's a little bit more malleable. And so that's one thing that you can do when you get it is just kind of whip it around and then it's good to go. But obviously it has rose in it because of rose ointment. The other things that are in it, does it say on here? It should. Where does it say on here? It should say. It's really good for just helping any kind of skin issue. So imagine here we go. Imagine also lips. I've used it on my lips before. If my lips are super dry, cuticles on your fingers, anywhere that there's dry without using petrochemicals and things like that. Sorry, people are going by. The other oils that are in this, oh man, there's a ton, but they're all like good, like sunflower seed wax and butters, raspberry seed oil, castor seed oil, all these things, carrot seed oil, things that are really high in what's going to use. Yes, Laura, totally get it. Get the rose ointment. Yeah, my kids love it. Vera will say, she calls her boo-boos boops. She's like, can you put an oil on my boop? And I'm like, yes. So I use that a lot on the kiddos, and I use it for everything. Like, even true story, I really have a bad habit of like nervous picking my thumbs. They're doing really well right now, but I will put this on at night, and legit the next morning I can see a huge difference in how much better it is. So I use it as a diaper rash cream if any of my kids get a really bad diaper rash. I've used it in all kinds of ways like that. Sometimes I'll put it on like a cut and then put a band-aid over it. Just like I said, any way that I would use Neosporin, I use it instead, and it's our go-to. So those are my top 6 items. So we have Thieves Cleaner, the eyeliner, the toothpaste, the deodorant, and please, for the love, wash your fruits and veggies. So that's all I have for tonight. If there's something that somebody drop me something below and tell me what your go-to is that was outside of the kit, or what your first thing was that you got outside the kit. I would love to hear. And next Tuesday, get excited. As long as there's not a baby being born, Laura Ridgway Williamson, I just said her maiden name, not her married name, is going to join us for babies and birthing and oils. So I'm really excited about that. So you can look forward to that. If you know anybody that is getting ready to have a baby, hop on, see how you can support them and help them. If you are about to have a baby yourself, definitely hop on and listen to what we have to say. She was my doula for my 3rd baby. Hands down, was my best experience yet. So I'm really excited for us to share that with you guys next week. So happy Tuesday, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.